Well, it is going to be a gorgeous morning today. 79 degrees, sunny, and the most important thing, no wind today. I've made it to the lake I'm going to be fishing today. Now, this lake is pretty big. This lake is going to be where my next tournament is. Now, I've fished here once before and did absolutely atrocious, so I had to come back and try again. Because this lake is so big and I did so bad last time, I'm still fishing blind basically today. Actually not going to go where I went to the first time I came here. I'm gonna try different spots, but the goal for today is to basically catch 5 keepers. That's kind of like the challenge, the goal today, and I really need to get to stepping because I'm already an hour late and I have to retie a bunch of my rods.
Oh my God. Let's go!
Found it.
As you guys can obviously tell, my chest cam finally came in. I picked up another GoPro Hero 8, not because I think it works the best or anything like that. I actually think kind of the opposite. But the thing is, I've already spent so much money on extra batteries for the GoPro Hero 8. I didn't want to have to buy like the GoPro Hero 10 or 11 and have to buy a whole new set of batteries. So that's why I went back with the GoPro Hero 8. It should be fine-ish. Yeah. All right, so the jig I'm gonna be tying on is 3/8 of an ounce, and it's from Queen's Tackle. And the trailer I'm gonna be using is a Rage Craw. Just gonna be taking a little bit off of the butt, just to shorten it a little bit. I really like buying these full-size ones because you kind of have the best of both worlds, because you can Texas rig these or rip the butt off and put it on a jig as well, use it as a trailer. Second effing time in a row I've done that, not put it through that frickin' loop, man. So I don't know if I've mentioned the name of this lake, but this lake is called Northwood Lake, and honestly I'm very surprised that there's only 2 other boats here. This place gets absolutely hammered, so for there only to be a couple boats at the launch, I am pretty happy about that. Now, although the weather for this place said it was only going to be 2 to 3 mile-an-hour winds, anybody who goes fishing knows that's not how it really is on a lake. It's really going to be closer to 10-12 miles an hour. $7:46. I think it took like half an hour to get to this spot. What I'm gonna do is just work my way down this shoreline here. There's a couple spots I want to try out in the middle, but yeah, we're just gonna work our way down this shoreline. Probably start off with a jig. I do want to start off. All right, so it is 653 acres, and I launched there, and I am basically over here somewhere. So I'm just kind of looking at the depth, and I want to fish in the middle right there where it kind of sandwiches in about 20 feet of water. So there's that bottleneck area I was talking about, actually right in front of me, and that is where I want to actually fish in the middle. just because I don't have any electronics, so I don't actually know what's down there, but I can only assume both of those points kind of taper into the middle, creating just kind of like a spot where fish would hang out. I'm going to start out with a 3/8 ounce black and blue jig. Cool. Look at that bald eagle. Might have been a fish right there. Oh, damn. Had one too. That was 100% a fish, and it 100% felt like a nice one too. Okay, well, that's not a terrible sign. Definitely a fish, and the tournament is in a couple days, so maybe it's almost a good thing I didn't catch that fish. That felt like another fish there, but that one actually felt small. That was definitely a fish. So, I know that there are fish in this area because I got some bites on the jig, had that one nice one on for a second or two. So let's switch over to this drop shot and see if we can kind of finesse some of these fish out. There we go. Now, first time I came here, this is basically the biggest bass I caught was this same size here. Lots of weeds down there, but I'm not that mad at it. That's actually what I'm looking for. One looked to be about 14. I will most certainly take that, considering that is the biggest fish I've caught here. And I'm just using a little drop shot flatworm. Once I got bit those couple times with the jig, I knew there was going to be fish in this area, and this is definitely a spot that I'm going to come back to during the tournament and try. So, I mean, I already know I'm going to be drop shotting for the tournament. So what I'm going to do is switch over to something I don't have a lot of confidence in. Is a 10.5-inch Zoom Ol monster. And I have a 3/8 ounce tungsten worm weight. and the color is gooseberry. Now, the first time I came here, there was a lot of people that knew something that I did not, because there was out in front of me here, there had to have been 7-8 bass boats and kayaks all just hanging out on top of each other, and they had to be fishing some community hole that everybody, I guess, knows about except me. I'm going to target, I don't have any electronics, but I'm just going to target the same general area they were, with a couple different baits, and hopefully I can get bit on something. That way at least I know I'm in relatively the right area for the tournament. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, guys. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. Woo! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, oh my God. Look at that beast. My chest cam died literally 30 seconds ago. My chest cam died. Let's give him a bump. Oh my word. 22. 22 inches. Wow. 22 inches right there. God. Alright. Oh, just relax. .03 kilograms. Incredible. Incredible. Let's put this big girl back. Whew. You're free to go now. Oh my gosh, I wish I could show you that, guys. Hopefully that saved back there. By far the biggest bass I caught so far this year, and when that thing jumped out of the water, I think I crapped a goose. 3.03 kilograms, 2 pounds. 6.68 pounds. That is what I'm talking about. If I can replicate one of those in the tournament in a couple days, that is going to help a ton, and that is definitely going to be lunker. I think I know exactly where I'm starting come tournament day. Now the thing is, there's not going to be only 2 or 3 mile-an-hour winds come tournament day. Definitely going to be closer to that 10-15, which really means 20-25 on a big lake like this. So I think if me and my partner can hit this spot early in the morning before the wind picks up, we should be able to pick off a couple fish. Now I absolutely do not expect to catch another 22 incher. I even could have squeezed that to 22.25 inches. 22 is just kind of a conservative length. But if I can pick off maybe a couple 19s here come tournament day, that will still be pretty clutch in my opinion. There are more decent fish in this area. I don't want to keep hammering them. So what I'm going to do is actually leave this spot where I just caught that 6.5 and move to a different spot or a different part of the lake, just because I already know I'm coming back here for the tournament. So there's no sense in just smashing on the bass if they're here. That was just one fish, but if they're here, no sense in just smashing on them when there's a tournament in a couple days. But either way, I think what I'm going to do is head I don't know, actually. It was just cross over to the other side of the lake, I guess. I'm gonna be sticking with this 10-inch old monster from Zoom in gooseberry color, just to be sure that fish wasn't a fluke. All right, let's switch back to the drop shot, but let's not use a flatworm. I already have confidence in the flatworm. Let's go with a full-size salamander. All right, so we're gonna go with a pumpkin salamander. Now, the reason I'm going with a salamander is literally just for one reason. My buddy told me he did pretty well on a pumpkin salamander here, so that's why I'm trying it. All right, so I'm about halfway through my fishing day. Been fishing for about 3 hours now and have learned quite a bit. I have eliminated quite a bit of water, I hope, only because it's still a team tournament, so I still have to kind of confer with my buddy, see where he wants to go. But there's definitely some spots where I definitely don't want to go. There's some spots where I definitely want to go. But I think what I'm going to do now is work down to the opposite side of the boat ramp. When I launched off the boat ramp, I went to the right, and now I think what I'm going to do is just work my way down to the left side of the lake and start working over there. That side of the lake is definitely deeper, for sure. All right, I'm going to switch back to this black and blue jig, and I'm gonna throw at some of these docks. Now, I had absolutely zero success the last time I came here flipping docks, which is why I haven't even done that today yet. Maybe they'll be underneath docks and boats this time. So I've been fishing now for about 4 hours. I have about 1 hour left to fish today because I do have to work tonight. But what I think I'm going to do is just continue along this shoreline here and probably just stick with the drop shot to find fish. I think if I can find more areas that hold fish, I can have like a plan B or C during the tournament. But right now I just have one plan, and if it fails, then I don't really have any other spots. And there we go. Honestly, guys, I'm not even looking for more big bites. Like I just said, I'm just looking for like any bites, just to kind of figure out where the fish like to hang out. Alright, so that is it for today, and overall I had a pretty good day. I did learn quite a bit, but
my confidence is still not very high. I know I did catch that 22-inch largemouth, but the thing about catching a 22-inch largemouth in New Hampshire is you can't really rely on that just because the chances of you catching another 22-inch largemouth is like slim to none. So honestly, if I caught like an 18 or 19-inch largemouth, I know it sounds silly, I think I would have more confidence because I just think I'd be able to replicate another 18 or 19-incher rather than trying to break another 22. But regardless, I got bit on the jig, the drop shot, and the Texas rig. Those 3 baits I'm definitely going to have tied on come tournament day. Plus, I think a popper and a wacky rig. But absolutely nothing on the spinner bait, nothing on the underspin. So I think I might take off the underspin and maybe put on a crankbait, something like that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Peace.